Thanks again for joining us here this afternoon. I'm Will Dupree. More witnesses took the stand to testify in the trial of a former school police officer over his response to the Uvalde school shooting. KXAN's Sally Hernandez talked to a high-profile defense attorney for a look at what's ahead.
And so as the defense team moves forward, what is I know they don't have to prove anything, but what should their strategy be?
So, what they're going to try to do is to counter the emotional toll that the prosecutors have kind of put out there with the testimony from the parents of the children who were killed, the testimony from the teachers who were present at the scene. They're going to try to counter that, and they're going to do that for two different ways. Keep the jury focused on the law, right? The law isn't just would a different police officer have behaved differently. The law is, was this a gross departure from the way a normal police officer would have reacted or would have behaved? And secondly, try to humanize Officer Gonzalez, right? He's not some monster. He's a person who's responding to an absolute crisis, horrible, chaotic situation, dealing with conflicting information, and try to humanize him in a way that show that these jurors that he's not just some name on a piece of paper with some charges. He's a real human being who's trying to respond the best way that he could, and that it's not just his responsibility. There was conflicting information, things outside of control that he was reacting to in that moment.
You mentioned to humanize Officer Gonzalez. Can you do that if you ask him to take the stand?
Usually in a case like this, it falls down to whether he takes a stand is if the defense feels as though the prosecution is winning the case. If they feel as though, based on what they've seen, based on the testimony that's going on, that they're in trouble for losing the case, then I would expect they make that strategic call to put Officer Gonzalez on the stand. If they feel, based on the circumstances in this case, that they made some headway with cross-examining the prosecution experts, then I would expect they're going to keep him off the stand.